Moments earlier, researchers uncovered the ancient sepulchre of the final Anunnaki monarch, a discovery that has left them utterly petrified. This astounding unearthing connects back to Noah, recognized from scriptural accounts, who now seems to be a pivotal figure from an ancient metropolis preceding a colossal deluge. The sepulchre, nonetheless, disclosed far more than foreseen, suggesting revolutionary extraterrestrial technology. Fascinatingly, the adventurers who found the sepulchre have disappeared without a clue. Let us delve further into why the final Anunnaki monarch might have stronger alien affiliations than we ever envisioned, and the eerie enigma surrounding the adventurers' vanishing. Now, ponder the narrative of King Gilgamesh and the ancient metropolis he governed. If we could revisit the era around 2700 BCE, we'd find ourselves in the core of Mesopotamian civilization during the early dynastic period. It appears we might be witnessing some kind of ancient technology being transmitted. Individuals likely migrated to the region, bringing new concepts and abilities with them. This historical period was extremely significant because numerous city-states began to emerge throughout Mesopotamia. These city-states were among the initial locations where people resided in a complex society. At the center of all this was Uruk, led by Gilgamesh. He was more than a ruler. He became a mythical figure whose life narrative has blurred the boundaries between fact and legend. Uruk was prominent among the city-states of Sumer, situated along the fertile Euphrates River in what we now term Iraq. This location is frequently overlooked in deep ancient studies. Envision a bustling urban hub, alive with the activity of markets, the splendor of massive temple edifices, and the renowned Uruk Wall, purportedly constructed by Gilgamesh himself. The designs are all geometric, clear indications that someone planned and directed them intentionally. There was substantial organized effort required for such constructions. They demonstrate not just the capability, but also the strong determination of the populace to develop and enhance their city. This ancient scene reveals much about the inhabitants of Uruk. They were not merely survivors. They were innovators and architects who molded their surroundings to suit their requirements. Their accomplishments in architecture and urban design are still revered today, evident in the ruins of their city. The fact that they could coordinate such extensive projects indicates they were highly organized and motivated, likely by a formidable leader who could inspire and rally the community. The technology they utilized may not seem remarkable by contemporary standards, but for their era, it was revolutionary. The notion that they might have been employing advanced methods or knowledge from elsewhere isn't implausible. This could imply that our comprehension of ancient technological progress is just the beginning. Perhaps these early societies were more advanced than we credit them for, leveraging their resources and knowledge to not only endure but prosper. As we delve into these primordial cities and their tales, we can't help but ponder about the individuals who resided there. What were their everyday existences like? How did they utilize their assets, govern their populace, and defend their towns from possible dangers? The narratives of characters like Gilgamesh deepen our comprehension of these inquiries, offering a mixture of factual and legendary insights into the leadership and society of the era. These glimpses into ancient lives through archaeological findings and legendary accounts like those of Gilgamesh and Noah present a more vibrant picture of our past, revealing the intricacies and richness of human civilization long before the modern age. They prompt us to reconsider what we understand about our ancestors' abilities and accomplishments, encouraging us to question not only their history, but the legacy they left for future generations to rediscover and reinterpret. Uruk wasn't merely an ordinary city. It was a giant of culture, commerce, and ingenuity, credited with many firsts in human civilization, including the invention of cuneiform script. However, one must wonder, what was day-to-day life truly like under King Gilgamesh's reign? Imagine a leader who wasn't merely immortal. He was regarded as nearly divine, considered essential for the prosperity and success of his people. Under his leadership, Uruk didn't just progress. It flourished into a significant hub for religious devotion, especially for venerating Inanna, a prominent deity in the Sumerian pantheon. During Gilgamesh's era, Uruk was the pinnacle of Sumerian excellence in construction, design, and communal organization, bustling with a population that reflected its status as one of the largest and most influential cities of the time. During his tenure as sovereign, Gilgamesh was likely the chief authority, overseeing the city's administration, religious ceremonies, and military actions to safeguard Uruk's interests. His rule probably spurred the creation of grand projects that did more than just enhance the city's grandeur. They also fortified it. These endeavors helped ensure that Uruk would be remembered as a crucial entity in ancient history. If someone were merely seeking a basic representation of what humans can accomplish, they might completely overlook the full extent of what was achieved here. The ongoing research and findings indicate that there's a renewed fascination with understanding the remarkable feats our ancient predecessors managed to accomplish. Delving deeper into antiquity, monarch Gilgamesh appears as a fascinating blend of myth and actuality, perpetually captivating both scholars and excavators. The boundary between mythical hero and genuine persona is often blurred, yet there are numerous archaeological clues that imply Gilgamesh truly existed in the ancient Mesopotamian realm. Consider the Sumerian kings list, for instance. This manuscript is more than a mere historical record. It intertwines historical facts with legends of deities and heroes, enumerating the sovereigns of Sumer and their reigns. Interestingly, Gilgamesh is cited in this register. His inclusion alongside other monarchs indicates he might have indeed been a historical ruler, not merely a character from ancient mythos. The presence of multiple versions of this list, discovered in various locations and from different epochs, highlights how crucial it was for the Sumerians to chronicle their rulers, with Gilgamesh playing a pivotal role in their documented past. Venturing further into Uruk's ancient edifices might unveil lost wisdom. There is also tangible evidence like engravings and relics. Imagine unearthing a tablet or a cylinder seal inscribed with Gilgamesh's name. These artifacts don't provide a complete narrative of his rule, but do confirm that he was recognized as a ruler. These items, found across ancient Sumerian sites, support the notion that Gilgamesh was remembered not only as a legendary hero, but also as a significant figure in their culture. But here's the challenging part. Distinguishing the real individual from the mythical tales about Gilgamesh is like attempting to unravel a tightly bound knot. The archaeological evidence we possess doesn't delineate his life or enumerate his accomplishments fully. Instead, it offers fragments, leaving us to speculate about the true details of his reign. This paucity of detailed historical records makes Gilgamesh a particularly enigmatic figure, cloaked in the mists of ancient times. This sparse historical record makes it difficult to ascertain exactly who Gilgamesh was and what he achieved. While artifacts like tablets and inscriptions provide hints, they don't give a complete picture. They leave many questions unresolved, sparking ongoing debates among experts about the extent of his power and the true nature of his legacy. Was he as mighty and wise as the legends portray? Or have the tales grown more grandiose over time? The allure of Gilgamesh lies not only in his possible historical existence, but also in what he signifies about the culture and era he lived in. His narrative, part history, part myth, offers insight into how the people of ancient Mesopotamia perceived their rulers and their world. They viewed their kings as larger-than-life figures crucial for their survival and prosperity. This perspective has endured through millennia, shaping how we interpret and value ancient leadership and achievement today. Investigating the era of Gilgamesh enables us to piece together a broader view of ancient Sumerian life. It helps us grasp their values, their struggles, and their successes. Each new discovery in this field adds a piece to the puzzle, slowly forming a clearer image of how this civilization managed to achieve so much. It's a reminder of the complexity of human history and the richness of our shared past, urging us to keep searching, keep inquiring, and keep exploring. The fragments of evidence we have gathered about the Epic of Gilgamesh offer some intriguing connections between possible history and what sounds like elaborate stories. The tale of Gilgamesh is inscribed on clay tablets using cuneiform, an early script created by the ingenious Sumerians. This narrative is not just another old myth. It takes us back to around 2100 BCE, to the 3rd dynasty of Ur, although its origins reach even further back through older Sumerian poems about Gilgamesh. Modern scholars acquired this story when 19th-century archaeologists unearthed parts of it in the ruins of Nineveh's library. Imagine attempting to assemble a puzzle with ancient clay pieces, where each fragment offers a glimpse into a profound and moving story. Naturally, some parts are forever lost, but what remains vividly showcases the boundless imagination and enduring spirit of the people of that era. Now, let's discuss Gilgamesh himself. He wasn't just an average monarch. Portrayed as part deity and part human, he was depicted as extraordinarily strong and immensely courageous, far beyond ordinary individuals and even other mythical heroes. His life, as narrated in the epic, is replete with thrilling exploits and quests for enduring glory. For example, consider his journey to the Cedar Woods to confront Humbaba. It's depicted as a quintessential instance of his heroic feats. However, it's the demise of his dear companion Enkidu that truly upends everything for him, propelling him on a frantic pursuit for immortality and making him confront the harsh reality that mortality is inevitable. The camaraderie between Enkidu and Gilgamesh is described as profoundly transformative. Enkidu was fashioned by the deities from the clay of the wilderness, specifically to temper Gilgamesh's excessive arrogance. Enkidu transitions from being a wild man to becoming Gilgamesh's closest friend. Their friendship is a central element of the narrative, illustrating how deep connections with others can profoundly alter a person and lead to significant insights about life and identity. At its core, the Epic of Gilgamesh explores profound themes such as the insatiable quest for renown and the search for a means to evade death, only to realize that death is an inescapable part of life. The tale underscores the importance of friendships and how they help shape our understanding and acceptance of our humanity. Throughout this sweeping narrative, we encounter some of the most dramatic interactions between mortals and deities found in any ancient story. Gilgamesh's adventures are not merely about his bravery and his quest for eternal life. They delve deeply into how humans and gods interacted in ancient Mesopotamian culture. Consider his encounter with Utnapishtim, the ancient counterpart of Noah, who survived a great flood because a deity warned him to construct a vessel. This encounter is not just about surviving a catastrophe. It's a pivotal moment for Gilgamesh. He's on a mission to uncover the secret to eternal life, and here's Utnapishtim, evidence that the gods can grant immortality. The story of the Great Flood is not just an exciting tale. It reflects the gods making crucial decisions about who lives or dies, showcasing the perceived power of these divine beings in Mesopotamian mythology. Gilgamesh's interactions with deities throughout the epic highlight ancient Mesopotamian perspectives on the cosmos. For instance, there's Enkidu, who was literally created by a goddess because the deities thought Gilgamesh needed to be humbled. Then there's Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, who becomes extremely angry when Gilgamesh rejects her. Her response? She sends a divine bull to wreak havoc as revenge. And let's not forget Humbaba, the formidable guardian of the cedar forest, placed there by the god Enlil. The battle with Humbaba isn't merely an exciting fight scene. It's a complex narrative about human desires clashing with divine intentions. As we explore the stories of Gilgamesh, we attempt to uncover the real individual behind the legendary narratives, deities and heroes of ancient Mesopotamia. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, the deities are always vigilant and often intervene. Whether it's through creating beings like Enkidu or throwing obstacles like celestial bulls in the way, the gods of ancient Mesopotamia are deeply intertwined with the destinies of heroes and humans alike. This continuous interplay between divine will and human ambition is a recurring theme, illustrating how much the people of that era believed their lives and fates were influenced by the whims of their gods. These stories, while filled with fantastical elements, provide a window into how the ancient Sumerians viewed their world, a place where humans and deities constantly interacted, with humans often struggling to understand their place in a cosmos ruled by powerful forces. Gilgamesh seems to have the sun god Shamash perpetually in his corner, offering guidance as though he has nothing better to do than counsel heroes on Earth. It's evident that the gods are unusually involved, with even Gilgamesh's mother, Ninsun, who isn't one of the principal goddesses, also getting involved to tilt the scales in her son's favor. This blurs the distinction between ordinary humans and their powerful divine allies. When you closely examine ancient Mesopotamia, you encounter the Anunnaki, a pantheon of deities frequently mentioned in Sumerian and Akkadian lore. They appear to hold a special status, but it's not always clear why from today's perspective. Over time, these gods became associated with planets and stars, linking them directly to the heavens. The Anunnaki assuming roles like the sun, moon, and Venus endowed these celestial bodies with sacred significance, suggesting a close connection between celestial events and divine actions. Survivors of cataclysms generally fall into two categories: the fortunate and the prepared. It's reasonable to assume that someone, somewhere might have foreseen these disasters. Theories about catastrophic events on Earth abound, with the Nibiru cataclysm hypothesis and Randall Carlson's ideas about recurring disasters being prominent. Both seem eager to fill gaps in our knowledge with dramatic scenarios. The Nibiru cataclysm hypothesis suggests a rogue planet named Nibiru visits our solar system every 3,600 years, causing chaos with its powerful gravitational pull. This theory heavily relies on ancient texts to support its claims of dramatic upheavals caused by this celestial visitor. In contrast, Randall Carlson supports his theory with robust evidence from geology and astronomy. He suggests that natural disasters like comet impacts, volcanic eruptions, and ice age events are the true causes of significant changes on Earth. Carlson, a self-taught geologist and mythology enthusiast, believes these natural phenomena have been shaping our planet for eons. While the Nibiru theory attributes global chaos to a single mythical rogue planet, one can't help but wonder if there's some truth to a link between Earth's disasters and this so-called Nibiru. There must have been something that triggered the noticeable shifts in climate we observe. The name Nibiru itself, deeply rooted in ancient mythology, not only ties back to star fascination, but also prompts us to consider how ancient cultures understood and related to the cosmos. This intermingling of deities with human affairs, whether it's Shamash acting as a celestial advisor or Ninsun intervening on behalf of her son, showcases the intricate and personal nature of divine-human interactions in these ancient stories. These tales, filled with divine interventions and celestial drama, reflect a world where the boundaries between the terrestrial and the divine were frequently crossed. The role of the Anunnaki in these narratives, evolving from direct divine interventions to symbolic celestial representations, illustrates the changing understanding of divinity. This transformation from active participants in human affairs to representations in the night sky indicates a cultural shift in how people perceive the influence and presence of the divine in their daily lives. On the resilience front, the distinction between the fortunate and the prepared highlights a deeper understanding of foresight and adaptability in ancient times. The ability to predict and prepare for disaster speaks volumes about the observational skills and planning capabilities of past civilizations. Discussing theories like Nibiru's catastrophic visits or Carlson's pattern of natural cataclysms invites us to reflect on how we interpret signs from the past and present in our ongoing quest to understand the natural world and our place within it. These theories, while filling gaps in our knowledge, also challenge us to consider the accuracy and origins of our historical and scientific narratives. As these conversations develop, they not only enhance our comprehension of ancient legends, but also link us more profoundly with the enduring human effort to understand the unpredictable and frequently chaotic natural environment. If we closely examine ancient Sumer, it appears they were constantly in the process of rediscovering, attempting to integrate knowledge from the past. There's a contemporary inclination to believe we're vastly ahead of our ancestors in intellect and technology. Nibiru, associated with the deity Marduk, a prominent figure in the Babylonian religious sphere, symbolized power, sanctity, and the order of the cosmos. This association highlights Nibiru's significant role in religious texts and its critical impact on Babylonian astronomy and calendar systems. In the perspective of the Babylonians, Nibiru was not merely a star. It was the pinnacle of the ecliptic, marking the position of the summer solstice. This point wasn't chosen arbitrarily. It was essential for maintaining their calendar, which in turn influenced when they planted crops and conducted religious festivals. The Babylonian astronomers relied on their knowledge of Nibiru's location to determine the timing for sowing seeds and honoring deities, making these celestial paths a vital part of everyday life. Exploring how gods were deeply involved in human lives, shaping the destinies of ancient civilizations. The hidden celestial legends that transformed Phaeton. The narratives of Nibiru in Mesopotamian and Phaeton in Greek mythology are fascinating because they reveal how ancient cultures attempted to comprehend the universe. Phaeton, associated with the sun god Helios, was believed to drive the sun's chariot across the sky. Both the Nibiru and Phaeton stories emphasize the significant roles that stars and planets played in the ancient understanding of time and space, demonstrating a widespread belief that celestial bodies greatly influenced or controlled the fundamental patterns of life on Earth. Zecharia Sitchin's book, The 12th Planet, published in 1976, combined ancient myths, astronomy, and theories about extraterrestrials into a narrative that's as engaging as it is controversial. Sitchin introduced the world to Nibiru, a hidden planet he claimed traverses our solar system on a highly elongated orbit every 3,600 years. But where did he derive such a radical idea? According to him, it was from ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets, which he interpreted as documenting this 12th celestial body, counting the sun and moon. This fascination with linking ancient myths to astronomical discoveries often overshadows simpler explanations, preferring instead a narrative suggesting our ancestors possessed cosmic insights that might even exceed today's knowledge. Sitchin's interpretations and his eagerness to connect celestial patterns to alien activity draw skepticism, particularly from the scientific community, which seeks more concrete evidence than speculative interpretations of ancient texts. The enduring appeal of connecting ancient inscriptions and celestial events speaks to a combination of nostalgia for the past and curiosity about the cosmos. It reflects our ongoing desire to uncover a grand narrative among the stars, one where humans are not merely Earth inhabitants but participants in a vast, interstellar drama. Whether these connections hold validity or are merely products of our imagination, they fuel a narrative that continues to captivate and, at times, mislead those seeking to understand our place in the universe. This narrative isn't solely about understanding, it's about belonging. It taps into a profound need to feel part of something greater than ourselves, to believe that our ancestors weren't just surviving but were attuned to a universe filled with wonders that we're only beginning to rediscover. Through tales of deities like Marduk and celestial phenomena like Nibiru, ancient peoples crafted a worldview intertwining their daily lives with the movements of celestial bodies. This blend of the divine and the astronomical in stories from Sumer to Babylon showcases a sophisticated level of engagement with the heavens, something that goes beyond mere observation to a deeper, almost personal interaction with the cosmos. It wasn't just about tracking stars for practical purposes like agriculture or navigation. It was also about understanding their place in a cosmos full of gods and forces that controlled everything from the rising sun to the changing seasons. As we unearth layers of history and decipher ancient scripts, we're reminded that our quest to chart the heavens and make sense of celestial signs is not new. It's a pursuit that has captivated humans for millennia, from the plains of Mesopotamia to the modern observatories scanning the deep reaches of space. Each discovery, each theory, no matter how far-fetched, threads us closer to those ancient stargazers who first mapped the stars with wonder and awe, seeking answers in the night sky. Sitchin's central idea revolves around the Anunnaki, a group of advanced extraterrestrials from a distant planet named Nibiru. He proposes they arrived on Earth about 450,000 years ago. According to his theory, these aliens didn't merely visit. They genetically engineered early humans to assist them in mining gold. Sitchin claims this gold mining was vital for the aliens' home planet. He also asserts that the advanced astronomical knowledge of the Sumerians, such as awareness of Nibiru's path, was taught to them by these alien ancestors. Sitchin formulated the idea that Nibiru orbits the sun every 3,600 years based on his interpretation of how the Sumerians calculated and conceptualized time. Despite the lack of empirical evidence from the broader scientific community to support the existence of Nibiru or its effects on Earth, the idea has captured the imagination of many. It has spurred wild speculation linking Nibiru to major disasters on Earth, suggesting its gravitational pull could send comets and asteroids hurtling towards us, potentially causing massive destruction. There is a noticeable cluster of events that occurred around 13,000 years ago that Sitchin references in his narratives. He draws intriguing connections to the ideas of Immanuel Velikovsky, particularly Velikovsky's writings in Worlds in Collision from the 1950s. Both thinkers turned to ancient texts, interpreting them as accounts of significant cosmic events that reshaped early human history and the myths we tell about it. While Velikovsky focused on closer cosmic collisions within our solar system, Sitchin extended further, incorporating the Anunnaki and their elusive home, Nibiru. Both of their concepts don't really align with what the majority of researchers accept, but they present an intriguing possibility. Maybe the ancient narratives we possess harbor deeper truths about our cosmos and our origins than we typically acknowledge. Here we are, caught between age-old legends and the fragments of scientific data that indicate Earth has been struck by significant celestial objects before. As we neared the conclusion of the Mayan long count calendar in December 2012, there was widespread speculation about the world potentially ending. Nibiru, this mysterious and unseen planet, was rumored to be on a collision course with us. This stirred up a blend of ancient prophecies, modern conspiracy theories, and astronomical speculations that had people worldwide contemplating the possibility of an imminent apocalypse. By examining beyond myths, we might uncover clues that link ancient astronomical knowledge to significant changes on Earth. Is Nibiru actual science, or just a grand deception? The notion that Nibiru could exist and pose a genuine threat to us combines a mix of old beliefs with contemporary fears. It's fascinating how tales from the past, derived from ancient stones and tablets, can intertwine with today's internet-fueled rumors and end up alarming people. Could it be real? Well, Sitchin and others of his ilk certainly think so, even though they lack the scientific evidence to substantiate it. They interpret ancient myths as more than mere stories. They believe these narratives contain actual information about real events that impacted our planet. Consider this. If it's true, it implies our history books might require updating. It suggests that our past isn't solely about what transpired on Earth, but also involves visitors from beyond our world who shaped who we are today. It's an idea that stimulates the imagination, making us ponder the stars and our place among them. Whether you believe it or not, it certainly makes for compelling stories. And in 2012, when people thought the world might end because of this hidden planet, it wasn't just fear that spread. It was also a sense of wonder, a curiosity about the cosmos and our connection to it. People were drawn to the story, not just because it was terrifying, but because it was a link to something greater, something beyond our everyday existence. The story circulating is that Nibiru, a planet not visible to our top astronomers but supposedly spotted by a select few, was predicted to either collide with Earth or pass so close it could cause chaos with its gravity. NASA, not usually one to engage in doomsday discussions, took an unusual step for a scientific organization. It directly addressed these apocalyptic claims. The space agency was explicit. There's no evidence that Nibiru exists, nor any impending threats from space. If such a massive planet were hurtling toward us, it would have been observed by the many professionals and amateurs who spend their nights scanning the skies. Even NASA's extensive searches in space, using instruments like the Wide-Field Infrared Survey Explorer, have revealed nothing resembling the supposed Nibiru. Enter Randall Carlson, a self-taught geologist focused on major catastrophes that have repeatedly reshaped our planet. He has delved deeply into Earth's geological records and found evidence of significant, dramatic changes like sudden climate shifts, massive floods, and comet impacts. His research provides a detailed perspective on Earth's tumultuous history and how these major events have influenced human civilizations. This raises an intriguing question. If Nibiru were real, could it fit into this pattern of catastrophes? Some might wonder if its long, drawn-out orbit might coincide with these destructive periods, perhaps even causing them by drawing comets or other celestial objects our way. Still, most scientists view these significant events as part of Earth's natural processes and known space phenomena. Major asteroid impacts, colossal volcanic eruptions, and transitions between ice ages are all recognized as components of Earth's dynamic history, attributed to natural causes rather than the influence of some unseen planet. The ongoing debate between fringe theories like Nibiru and serious scientific investigation into Earth's history of major upheavals reveals how much humans are fascinated by the idea of cosmic disasters. It uncovers our deep interest in the forces that have shaped and continue to influence our planet. While one side of this discussion leans into the realm of myths and less than solid science, the other side works diligently using established methods in geology and astronomy to uncover what truly drives our world. These two approaches highlight our continuous quest to understand the major, sometimes catastrophic events in Earth's history and the vast scope of space activity. So, why do these apocalyptic theories gain traction? Part of it might be the thrill of contemplating cosmic peril. When someone proposes a terrifying prediction like Nibiru impacting Earth, it captures attention. People are drawn to these narratives, even if there's no substantial evidence, because they tap into a basic human fascination with what lies beyond our planet. This fascination isn't solely about fear. It's also about wonder and the endless possibilities of what might exist in the vast universe. At the same time, this interest in potential space disasters can make people more aware of the real, science-based threats we face, like climate change and environmental destruction, which are happening right here and now. In a way, these far-fetched space disaster theories could help by increasing awareness of Earth's environment, even if the initial reason is a bit outlandish. The contrast between what's proven and what's purely speculative provides a broad canvas for discussions about our place in the universe and the real risks we should be preparing for. While NASA and other scientific bodies strive to demystify the science and separate fact from fiction, the conversation itself, fueled by both legitimate research and speculative ideas, keeps the public engaged. It's a blend of myth-making and meticulous scientific inquiry, each contributing to our ongoing narrative about Earth and its place in the cosmos. This dialogue not only deepens our understanding, but also maintains the sense of mystery and excitement about the universe and our role within it. The ongoing debate between fringe theories like Nibiru and serious scientific investigation into Earth's history of major upheavals reveals how much humans are fascinated by the idea of cosmic disasters. It uncovers our deep interest in the forces that have shaped and continue to influence our planet. These discussions not only probe into the potential impacts of celestial objects, but also serve as a reminder of Earth's resilience and the adaptive strategies of life throughout its history. By examining both the geological evidence and astronomical observations, scientists strive to piece together a comprehensive understanding of Earth's dynamic past and its interactions with the cosmos. This pursuit not only enhances our knowledge of planetary evolution, but also underscores the importance of safeguarding our planet against both natural and anthropogenic threats. Could the Anunnaki rulers have possessed technologies beyond our current comprehension? What do you think? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the unknown. Stay tuned for the next one.